Hi, I'm Caroline and welcome to Sweet Pea Sewing. Here on the west coast of British Columbia, it has got very cold and very damp. And with dampness comes chilliness. So I need to make a few items for the next 3 months or so. Starts to warm up maybe towards the end of April. So I've got time to sew up some items. Now, I'm not a heavy sweater person. I get warm quite quickly, and so I like layering better. I save the nice warm sweaters for going out into cold places. At home, I usually like to put a camisole and then a lighter but warmer piece on top. And so today I've got a selection of tops and pants to show you, a mix of knit and woven. Now in the summertime, I made the Laundry Day Tea dress, and I made it out of a lovely jersey, a lovely cotton jersey, I believe it was. It was on discount at Fabricland. And I love that dress. It's very comfortable. I love the way it fits. It flows beautifully. So I thought, I'm going to try the long-sleeved tunic version with the V-neck. I looked on sewingpatternreview.com, and this is actually quite a popular make. Now, I'm not so keen on the cowl neck version. It's quite loose and long. I'm sure that could be adjusted. But I like the look of a V-neck on me, and I love the way that it flares out. It looks quite flattering. So let me show you a couple of fabrics that I'm considering. Now, the Laundry Way Tee requires a four-way stretch, horizontally and vertically. I actually don't have a lot of that in my stash. Now, one other item I wanted to mention to you is that I am really trying to stick to my light spring color palette, not right across the board, but I have noticed that these colors are very flattering on me. And I've noticed so many people dress in blacks and grays, dark blues, browns in the winter time, including myself until recently, and I really want to try and bring some color to my life. So you'll notice some quite bright colors, especially for winter sews. But I just find it really elevates my mood when I wear a brighter color. So this was on clearance at Fabricland, some kind of a knit, cotton knit, poly, who knows. It's actually very stretchy, and because it was quite discounted, I think it's a good one to use as kind of a toile, although it's not really a toile. I found the Laundry Day Tee fit me quite well, so I don't think that's going to be an issue, but you never know. So I think that will make a good first try. The second fabric that I'm looking at was also from Fabricland, and it's just really a light t-shirt material. So it would lend itself very well to layering, but by the same token, it would flow quite well and it wouldn't be heavy. So I think that is a very nice option and fits very well into my color palette. Let's look at top number 2. Pattern number 2 is this very easy Vogue. This is a very popular pattern. On Sewing Pattern Review, there are a ton of them. I think there's like 79 reviews on there. A lot of people have made it with the cowl neck. Again, I love cowl necks, but these are quite loose cowl necks. Version A and version C are the ones that really are what I'm looking for. Again, very nice, flowy, similar to the Laundry Day Tee, but different as well. And I've never made a Vogue pattern yet, so this would be my first, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Let me show you a couple of fabrics that I'm thinking about. Now, you probably will have opinions about this first fabric, but I thought it might look quite nice. Wow, right? Now again, this was on clearance at Fabricland. It is a polyester spandex blend. There's no natural fibers in it at all. And it is a little bit thicker, but it meets the criteria of only a two-way stretch that the pattern asks for. And it also is quite bright for my color palette, but I think it'll look good. And I just love the pattern. It just is, it just really is up my alley. I really like it. That's what I'm considering for one of those Vogue views. I think it would look good. Fabric number 2 is just this knit cotton, again from Fabricland, and it has two-way stretch. It's this lovely pink coral. And I think, again, it has enough flowiness. I think it would look great in one of those Vogue views. This next pattern was a thrift find. Quick Sew 3801. There are not many reviews on this one. I can't find them. The couple that I did find are View A, which I have to tell you I do not like at all. I think it would definitely suit some people, but I just don't think it would suit my apple shape. I was looking at View B, although I have to say, looking at the view here and the line drawings, it's very cropped. Doesn't really look cropped on the model, does it? This is what appeals to me. It may be a little bit low-necked, and it may be a bit too cropped. I'll have to look at the pattern pieces because I don't know. If there's too many adjustments, there's a lot of tops that look like this. So I'm not going to force it to fit me. But I do like the sleeve lengths. It's interesting on the sleeve lengths too because they look a lot shorter. Hers look like they're pushed up. It's interesting, isn't it? It looks almost maybe a blend of the two. I'm not sure. But if you have made this one especially, I would love to know, especially if you've made View B. But Quick Sew 3801. So let me show you the fabrics that I'm thinking about. And for this one, it again is designed for stretch knits only with 25% stretch across the grain. So you don't have to worry about a four-way stretch. I've got this beautiful, I believe this is a bamboo knit that I got at Fabricana here in Vancouver, BC. And I love this lilac color. It is one of my very favorite flowers and colors, and it fits beautifully in my palette. It's just such a soft, gorgeous color. The other fabric is just a cotton knit. And this blue, again, it's beautiful and bright, but it would give the warmth on a cool day with the layering. I actually think it would look really pretty. I love these corals and purples and pinks and blues. They just really sing to me and will remind me of spring. On to top number 4. Soho 7 sweater. And I have made this, I made it in a recent collaboration a few months ago with Annette from Sewing in Michigan. Loved this, and I haven't had a chance to sew it up yet. But I'd like to make it in a bit of a lighter fabric so that it's not overly warm on me. Now this is another thrift find. I love this fabric and I wish I could see it again. I haven't really seen anything like it, but it's just such a beautiful combination of coral and pink and greens. It just is lovely, and there's just enough here that I could make the Soho 7 toaster sweater out of it, and they're definitely my colors. Now the other fabric that I was considering, again thrifted, is this lovely lemon butter yellow that was all the rage last year. Doesn't matter to me whether it was last year or 10 years ago. If I like the color, I'll use it. But it's got this lovely cable through it, but it's a lighter knit. It's not a heavy knit, so no idea what it is. Probably polyester, and I know with polyester you do have to be careful about getting overly warm in it. And so this is why, especially with the polyesters, I want to make sure that they're a lighter weight. But I do think it would be very pretty. Let's look at a pair of knit pants that could go with all of these tops. I just recently purchased this pattern when Pattern Emporium had their New Year's sale. And I have not made anything from Pattern Emporium yet, but I did buy a few patterns. And I've only heard so good things about Pattern Emporium. So I thought I'd try the Urban pants. They're a knit pant. They come in a number of views. Now, when it comes to pants, even though I'll probably be wearing these mainly at home, I like to stick to neutrals. And again, I don't have a lot in my stash that I can use as far as neutral knits go. But I do have this lovely gray cotton knit, I believe it is. This again was from Fabricland. And because it's such a neutral gray, it will go with all of these colors quite well. And I think I'll feel quite comfortable wearing them during my daily life when I'm sewing or walking the dog or cleaning the house, any of those kind of things. I think these Pattern Emporium Urban pants are going to be a winner. If you've made them, let me know. They look like a great pattern. Now let's move on to wovens. Another pattern that I bought not too long ago was a Tilly and the Buttons Samara. This just looked like a classic woven top that I can make out of so many different fabrics. And I often find great woven fabrics when I'm thrifting. Not so much knits, but lots and lots of woven. The fabrics, light to medium weight, such as cotton lawn, poplin, seersucker, double gauze, wash linen, linen viscose blends. If you're a more confident stitcher, try viscose rayon, lyocell, or crepe de chine. So really the whole gamut. And it just, to me, fits as a very lovely basic top that can be worn for a lot of different occasions, but just for putting on at home, it would be perfect. Again, great for layering. So let me show you the fabrics that I've pulled out. From Fabricana, I have this beautiful green white linen, and I just love it. I worry a bit about the pattern matching part of it, but I don't think it would be too bad in this pattern. And again, it is such a very strong color out of my color palette. And I don't have a lot of green. I don't think I have a single green top. So this spring green, I think, would look beautiful. Now this next fabric, I've had it in my stash for quite a while, and it's strong. This is a beautiful rayon linen from Fabricland. And it really is quite bright. And I know you're probably thinking, that is summer. It's got summer written all over it. I'm not sure. I may wait, but just putting this on will brighten me up a lot. It might be a little bit too much for this time of year. I probably should go a bit more muted, but it is a happy fabric, I have to say. I love it. I had a third one as well. This one was also from Fabricana, and it's a linen rayon blend, and it's more muted in shades, so more, it would suit me more. So I feel like this one would be a little bit more practical as far as wearing it day to day. Sometimes it's so hard to cut these up for just day to day. Such a challenge when we're sewing, but that's what I wear. I need clothes for at home, which is about 70% of my life, if not a bit more. So I need to adopt these bright colors. My second woven top is Simplicity 9113. And I've had this pattern for probably about a year now. And I was looking at the makes on the pattern sewing pattern review, you know what I mean. And they were gorgeous. They were absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. I might try the pants. I like the pants, but I love this top. It's interesting because this doesn't show buttons. This shows a lot of buttons, but this actually just has one button. So it's this one, but then it has this view on it. This just screams comfortable at home, but you know, not too slobby, right? Really like it. Now, the fabrics that I have picked for it, I would consider making both of them. I just worry that it might look a little bit too pajama-y looking. It's really hard to get away from that sometimes. But for this top, anyway, I've got these two organic cotton that I got, ooh, where did I get these? I think I got them at Fabricland, and 100% cotton. And they weren't cheap, relatively speaking. But this beautiful pale blue, again, it's just, these kind of fabrics are so nice for layering. You just don't get too overheated, but they're warm enough, especially for me. It just stage of life getting overheated. And then I've got this pale pinkish, I think it's pink. Both of them are quite muted, and I think they would make a lovely top in there. I'll have to look and see if I've got any white, because I actually do really love that white linen-y look with the button. I think that would be a good option. And the short sleeved and more cropped would be great for the summer too. So yeah, on to my final pattern, which is a pair of woven pants. Now everybody knows Style Art Bob pants. And I actually have made the Style Art Bob pants up a few times. In fact, I'm wearing a pair right now, but I haven't got the fit down quite right. I've got some extra fabric in the rise. I need to adjust for that. I've had to adjust for shorter legs, and I've actually narrowed the barrel on them. And I'm going to do a video all about that when I finally get it to the point where I'm really happy with it. But I really do like them in spite of all the adjustments. I just don't think it's possible to make a pair of pants, or very rare, I should say, especially when you're of a certain age and you've got certain bumps and lumps, shall we say. You do need to adjust pant patterns. But I do love it. I do love the bob pattern. So the two fabrics that I'm looking at, this is a 100% organic cotton, again from Fabricland. And this muted brown, I think, would go well with all of these. This is a neutral in my color palette. And then, of course, this is also a 100% cotton from Fabricland. Beautiful, high quality. And I do think that this very light off-white, not quite oatmeal, also would go well with all of these fabrics that I've chosen. So once I've perfected the bob pattern with my bed sheets and duvets, because that's what I will work on until it comes out the way I want, a perfect fit, then I will cut into these, but not before. All of the pairs of bob pants I wear in the house, I love them and they're ridiculously comfortable. Far surpass any other pants that I've worn, but they're not ready for out in public yet. So once I've figured it out, I'll move on. I'd love to hear if you have made any of these patterns, what your thoughts are on them, whether you've had successes or failures. Let me know about my fabric choices. I will not be offended. I love it when people respond about my fabric choices. You can tell me whether you think that is crazy on you, Caroline, or whether you think that actually, why not? Why not those choices? Let me know. Do you have color in your wardrobe? Do you try and bring it out at this time of year, or do you stick to the neutrals? Do you stick to grays and winter colors, the blacks and dark blues? I'd really like to know. It would be great if you would like and subscribe. But again, most of all, I'd love to hear your comments. Take care. Happy sewing.